Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well on this late Friday evening. Yep, it's evening. I think it might even be nighttime right now. I wanted to jump in and share with you. Some of you know, some of you might not know, but now you will all know. Excuse me. Let me take a sip here. Mmm. What is this deliciousness that I'm drinking out of my, yes, trophy husband mug? I did not buy that myself, I promise. What am I drinking? What is this? Bam! 100% organic specialty coffee, craft roasted. The Dolce Coffee Roasters Company is now live, my friends. I'm so happy to have launched this. Some of you behind the scenes know how long we've been working on this, the length we've gone through to ensure the highest quality, craft roasted, 100% organic specialty coffee beans. And now we are here, dolcecoffeeroasters.com. It's completely online. You can order anywhere, the United States, Canada, UK, and Australia at the moment. More countries are coming online as we speak. Once we negotiate to get the distribution or the shipping rates down, we are offering a bundle three bag bundle at a 10% discount plus free shipping. That's going to save you about $20 or so, which is awesome. dolcecoffeeroasters.com. Don't worry, I'm going to do a Q&A here with you guys and keep it going. But people ask me, what's the difference, Dolce? What's so big about your beans? Well, number one, ours are 100% organic. I don't know if you can read that so well. 100% organic, certified by NJDA, the New Jersey Department of Agriculture. We are here in the state of New Jersey. They govern such things. This is specialty coffee. This is the highest tier of coffee beans. Those in the industry understand what a specialty coffee bean actually is. Ours also is craft roasted right here in the beautiful beach town of Belmar, New Jersey. A very small operation we have to ensure the utmost quality and care goes into each and every bean, each and every batch. Our beans are roasted every morning and shipped same day, or shipped the same day that these beans are roasted, to ensure maximum freshness. Every bean that we offer is roasted at a specific temperature for a specific period of time. Unlike most of the other coffee companies, they throw a batch of beans in, they set it, forget it, they scoop it, they pack it, they ship it. End of story. It sits on the shelf sometimes for days and for weeks. Ours is a boutique coffee roasting company. We want to ensure the highest quality, certified organic coffee beans come to your home delivered in just exquisite packaging, high quality standards all the way across the board. Now, a little bit more about the beans before I go through and answer your questions here. We have sourced the highest quality soil to ensure the highest quality beans. There is a Goldilocks zone for some of you who do or don't know. I'm going to do a whole show on this with our master roaster here soon. So there's a Goldilocks zone. Really, it's within a mile or so of the equator around the world. Inside this Goldilocks zone is the most ideal conditions for coffee beans, and not just in that Goldilocks zone within a mile of the equator, but also at specific altitudes. We have found the most diligent, dedicated, caring farms in these regions around the world to provide you the highest quality beans. We're not just getting beans, mass-produced beans, whatever crappy beans that might be out there, conventionally raised beans. We're getting the absolute best beans from small farms around the world. Guatemala. I'll get more into the areas that the beans come from down the road. But I wanted to share this with you. Special announcement. Those of you who know, well, now you know, my YouTube family, you guys know, we launched this first on our Patreon channel. Members of our Patreon channel always get first access. Members of our Patreon channel got a massive discount. First in the door, massive discount. That is one of the benefits of being a Patreon, of being a member of our Patreon channel. Mike Dolce knows you get the first insight, you get big discounts, you get a lot of care and concern. We're actually printing hoodies now and t-shirts for members of our Patreon channel. So those of you who are members of the Patreon channel, you'll be hearing that stuff soon, about that stuff soon, because that was due to demand. That will again flow into the YouTube channel eventually, but everything we do now breaks on Patreon first, out of respect for the members of the Patreon community, but it always comes back here to you amazing folks on YouTube. Now let me answer some quick questions for you before I get out of here. Jesse Lee, can't wait to get my bag of coffee. Jesse, you're going to love it. Oh my goodness. I've been drinking it all day. It's incredible. It is incredible. I crave it. Oh my God, it's just so delicious. You'll see when you get it. The beans smell insane. Love it. California, thumbs up. Seth, what's up, man? Mike Mumford, F.U. Dolce, coach. Exciting to see your new venture kick off. I appreciate that. It's a labor of love, right? We really took the time. We took the effort. We put in the effort. We built out the team, the facility, the packaging, everything. I mean, just the packaging is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's the highest quality. It's not a lot of the bunk and the BS that's so common in the industry. Just everything is top of the food chain here. Jesse Lee, on my way to weigh in for my #1 contemporary fight tomorrow. Damn, Jesse, you are prolific, my friend. Thanks for all your help this year. Can't wait for another consultation. How do I get hooked up with the sponsor of the Dolce Way? Well, when the Dolce Way is out, Jesse, you will certainly know about it. We launched the coffee first because it was easier, believe it or not, easier to launch a coffee company than it is to actually launch the Dolce Way Pro. But that's due to the coronavirus. It's been a little more challenging, actually, with the Dolce Way Pro to get that out, just due to California. Most of the supplements are actually produced in California, and that's been a bit of a challenge, dealing with all the BS that they have to deal with. I love combat sports. What's up, coach? Is sprinting 400 meters a good workout for MMA? It is. Brian Henley, my man. What's up, Brian Henley? The $4.99 super chat donation. Thank you, brother. That certainly means a lot. Good to see you. Karina, what's up, Karina? Question about the Patreon channel. If we sign up for a lower tier, are we able to upgrade later? Yes, you can upgrade your tier at any time on Patreon. You can even downgrade or cancel. I want everyone on Patreon to just be so overwhelmed with the value that you love it. Of course, the higher tier you are part of, the more access you get. You get a little bit more information. You get different types of videos. You get earlier access on certain products. You'll get some discounts on future events. Some of the products, like our new hoodies. This is the old hoodie. So this hoodie right here is maybe 5 or 6 years old. The new hoodies are fresh, baby. Everything's updated. We went with the single tone deep gold that has a little bit of a fleck in there, as they call, little gold specks in there. It's just modernized. The fit will be better, very form flattering. The fleece line, this is fleece lined also, but it's just 6 years. This is a 6-year-old hoodie, which is crazy. I mean, I love it. I got a few of these. The new ones are sick. They are sick. We're also printing new t-shirts. We're going with a military green t-shirt with the gold logo on there, which just looks awesome. So a little upgrade, but we're doing a limited run. We have our signature shirts. We have all the commercial products at our DolceDietShop.com. But some of these new, we're going to be doing the I Eat Carbs t-shirt. We got about 100 of you that already asked for the I Eat Carb t-shirt. So we're going to do one of those. These are limited runs. Really, it starts in the Patreon channel, and then whatever's left after the Patreon channel does their pre-orders and gets locked in, then we will share with everyone else. We're probably only going to do a couple hundred or so of the different pieces that we do. We've sold thousands I mean, we sell thousands of shirts a year, a couple thousand shirts a year. We sold, I think, over 1,000 of these hoodies, which is super cool. We're only going to do maybe 200 each. We're not going to get too crazy with it, which is cool. It makes it a little more special for those of you who are into that stuff, just so you know. But that Patreon, the Patreon channel always gets the first take. They get the first news. They knew about the coffee company before anyone else. They knew about the coffee company last week, I think. What else? So, yep. And Karina, I'm so happy that you're on the Patreon channel. Jesse Lee, LLC or sole proprietorship, pros and cons. Does Dolce Diet use a web page builder or something like Squarespace and LegalZoom? Thanks for everything, man. Well, we've since moved on. So LLC or sole proprietorship really depends on what you're doing. If it's for your MMA career, right now, I would say sole proprietor probably works best for you. Remember, I am not a certified public accountant. I do not have a license to give specific tax information. Therefore, you need to speak with your CPA. So I'm just going to be your buddy here who's giving information as I have collected from around my life, my career, but also working with elite athletes and actors and actresses and other independent business owners and entrepreneurs and everybody in between. Personal trainers, of course. Some personal trainers, are they an LLC? Are they an S Corp? Now, me, I'm an S Corporation. We actually run a corporation. We have different entities under one of our umbrellas. We have 3 different corporations that we actively run, and we have a few different business entities within these organizations. We also have a real estate company, which is a completely other conversation outside of the ones I'm speaking about right now. So this actually gets very complex. So Jesse, just blindly answering a general question here, I'm assuming this is for you as a fighter, because I know you also have a full-time job where you are likely a W-2 employee. But now I believe the question is, how do I interact with my fighting career, my blooming fighting career? Is that the question here? If so, I would start as a sole proprietor, and I would have a dedicated sole proprietor account at my bank that is associated with my social security number. And any check that I got from fighting, I would put into that sole proprietor DBA, doing business as account. Any expense I had for my career, this works also if you're a personal trainer or you have a little Etsy shop. As you're entering into a new business that is generating income, but also you have business expenses. I'm going to run a sole proprietor, a DBA business checking and savings account, collect all the funds into that DBA, deposit the funds into the DBA, and all the expenses come out of that DBA. That is not the same account as my W-2 employee paycheck comes in from swinging the hammer or being a florist or a babysitter or whatever else some of you guys might have, right? You're sitting in an office, whatever that might be. So that's going to be a separate account, checking savings account. So we don't want to intermingle those funds. Now, I'm going to let that account accrue in my fighter. We'll call it the fighter sole proprietor account. As that starts to accrue, I am going to pay taxes on that as a business. I will take specified deductions against my earnings from that account. Now, this is where you must work with a certified public accountant to help you organize your tax portfolio. Once that starts to grow, and in my mind, once you earn $5,000 in gross earnings, now you're starting to cross over to the point that you might, and that's an average of about $400, $500 per month, right? $100 a week or so. This is starting to be something real. Once you get it, for me, it's $5,000. Some say $8,000, some say $12,000, $1,000 a month. I like $5,000 in gross revenue, because that lets me know it's time now for me to possibly file the paperwork. If it appears I will continue to generate revenue, I can now start to scale my business. I have predictable income coming in. I have predictable expenses to help that income come in. Then it's time to actually possibly, and I'm not telling you to file a S Corp, which we did. That made the best sense for us, the size of our company, the type of employee structure that we have, the expenses, the different jurisdictions with which we work in. LLC LLCs might work for you. This is when it does make more sense to sit with a CPA and really understand your specific situation. Most of the pro fighters I've seen have done best as S corps, not as LLCs. That doesn't mean it might not be right for you. I like the S corp. I am a W-2 employee of the corporation that I own. As the owner, I also can take ownership distributions quarterly or yearly. We typically push ours to yearly. We reinvest much of our corporate earnings back into the business, which is how we're able to launch a coffee roasting company or a whey protein company or the digital platform that we have and some of the other things. We can pay ourselves. We can pay our team. We have 401ks. We have healthcare set up. That we do as a S corporation. So I did start as a sole proprietor, though, Jesse. And I'm giving a little bit more context here for those who this might be helpful to. And I see that the views seem to be going up. So I started as a sole prop. And I slowly built myself, built my time, built my revenue as I was also collecting W-2 employees or W-2 paycheck as an employee of certain agencies or businesses. And I also worked as a 1099 for other businesses that were outside of my individual sole prop. This is where it gets a little interesting. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I had 3 different sole props set up because I had 3 different 1099 income streams coming in while also being a W-2 employee. This is as I was building my business. Business is, plural form, we could say. I like having, and sole prop DBA accounts are completely free at most banks. Costs me no extra money to simply associate an extra checking and savings account as that entity, right? That helps me with organization. I'm a very organized person, specifically financially. I'm a very tax astute individual. It's very important to pay my tax. I pay my taxes early. I pay it appropriately. I pay them like exactly what I have to pay them, exactly when I'm supposed. Actually, I pay them a little bit early just to get it off my books. I don't have to think about it. That's what you guys need to do. Now, I have a team, an accounting firm that now works with us. We have them on a retainer. They handle all of our books. They conduct our P&Ls. They help us with our quarterly payments. And that's kind of the disparity between like an entry-level sole prop, which I was, to now running an S corporation, multiple corporations with other business entities that funnel income through. But you have to think, number one is your tax position. That's the point of most of this. There is liability protection. Some people talk about LLCs from a liability perspective. Yeah, but I got a great attorney, good attorneys. That's really easy to work with. So, Jesse, I hope that helps. It gives you a little more context than maybe you were first looking for. But out of the gate, set up a DBA as a sole prop associated with your social security number. Start taking the income you're earning from, I believe it's your fight career, and start plunking that in there. All the fight, your gym dues and your new mouth guard, that should come out of that DBA, the sole prop money. It shouldn't come out of your Jesse Lee husband, father, W-2 employee money. Don't commingle that stuff. Brian, Mike, what supplements do you suggest that actually works for sports performance? Creatine monohydrate works well. Caffeine works well. Hashtag Dolce Coffee Roasters. DolceCoffeeRoasters.com. Go check that out, by the way. Just check out the site, see what's there. Take advantage of the 3-pack bundle. You save 10% plus get free shipping. You save about $20, $30 on that 3-pack bundle, by the way. Creatine monohydrate, L-citrulline, I'm actually a big fan of more and more. I was testing that 2-3 years ago. L-citrulline, I believe, is excellent for natural nitric oxide production. We don't believe in exogenous nitric oxide supplements. We want to naturally improve our own nitric oxide production. L-citrulline appears to do that very effectively. So creatine monohydrate, L-citrulline, maybe beta-alanine. I've never taken that before personally for an extended period of time, but the data seems to support it. So I have to mention it. but I've never taken it, so I can't give a first person experience. What else? And then I look to maximize my micronutrients or balance out my micros. Do you have, are you deficient in your zinc and your magnesium and your calcium and your phosphorus and your iron? Ooh, and your vitamin D? What about your DHEA, your pregnenolone? I would look to balance any deficiencies out to enhance performance. Brian, good to see you, brother. Jason Cutshaw, Mike, pumped about the coffee. Let's do this. Caffeine, #1 fat burner. That's the truth. Mumford, coffee press, pour over, Mr. Coffee. I like the pour over. That's my favorite. We always have a pot of coffee and the traditional drip in the house. I love the coffee or the pour over. Also, the coffee press we did for a little while at our other office, in our Vegas office. We had the coffee press there that worked real well. Seth, so excited for you, coach. Entrepreneurial respect. Seth, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. We're working hard here. It made sense for us. I'm such a coffee fan, right? You guys know that I talk about coffee all the time. And I have high standards, and I actually am very knowledgeable about the industry. We respect. We said we have a passionate love of the coffee bean, a deep respect for the environment, and all this matters. And also, I have a deep respect and love for you guys here in our community. So, what a great way to provide you with the highest quality, 100% certified, organic, craft roasted specialty coffee that is specifically selected from the most ideal climates and regions on the planet, that we've taken the time to figure this out. Like, it's a no-brainer. And then to offer it to you guys, like, if you are into amazing, delicious freaking coffee, bam, then that's what you want to be doing. It's what you want to be getting. And now, like, if I ever have a Starbucks coffee or some of these traditional drive-through convenience fast food coffees, I want to vomit. This is amazing. I'm almost done. I can drink it all day. No acidity, no stomach rot, none of that stuff. I have great, clean, like, bouncing around energy. And I'm not just saying that. That is factually true, which is the difference between these high quality beans and just coffee, right? I mean, you can certainly get a less expensive Folgers crappy coffee, hotel coffee, a McDonald's drive-through coffee. That's garbage. So are the same principles that found our nutrition. Of course, this is a part of it, and coffee is a part of what we do. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you, Seth. Thank you. 1% down 15 pounds in 2 weeks and 2% on my body fat. So 1% 24 is down 15 pounds in 2 weeks on our program at thedolcediet.com. Again, everything we have here is synergistic, right? It all fits together. So down 15 pounds in 2 weeks. 3 weeks to Shredded is designed to lose 1 pound per day for the 21-day 3 weeks to Shredded program. And 1% 24 is down 15 pounds in 2 weeks, right on track. And 2% body fat, which makes perfect sense. If anybody's interested, go to thedolcediet.com to start your own personalized diet and exercise program. Start losing a pound per day. Start dropping body fat percentage. My goodness, that's awesome. Mumford, looking forward to my hoodie starting to get chilly here in Cali. Oh, get out of here. I'm in Jersey, baby. It's freezing out here. I got like 5 more minutes, friends, and I got to jump off. Karina, good to know, signing up for Patreon now. Awesome, Karina. I can't wait to see you over on the Patreon channel. You will see it's very much personal, more personal. A lot of the people on Patreon, they're YouTubers, right? They're here on YouTube, but the way we interact on Patreon is so much more familiar. It's more real, right? It's very easy to just get in. It's more like friends just hanging out, instead of like you're walking around the halls of your business where you kind of don't know everyone. Like everyone on and that's the way I feel on the Patreon channel. It's like, man, I know everybody here. That's the way it feels. On YouTube, I know a bunch of you, but there's a bunch of weirdos that come in here too, right? You guys see them. So Patreon is awesome. Aaliyah, please tell me if extra creatine consumption makes my body produce less from food, same effect like steroids. It is safe to consume creatine 1 year without stopping. Well, that's a tough one. There is a lot of good data that shows long-term creatine monohydrate ingestion has a dramatic positive benefit on cognitive function. I cannot speak to whether or not you should consume it, though. I intend on consuming approximately 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate for years to come. I don't see any current reason as to why I should not, although I should say I don't see any reason as to why I should take more than maybe 3 grams per day. George says, Dolce, my coffee is already ordered and on the way. Thanks for the heads up over on the Patreon channel. George, my friend, I appreciate you for being a Patreon member. I appreciate you for trusting us with your coffee selection. And my friend, you are going to love it. I cannot wait to hear how much you guys love this coffee once you get it. I cannot wait. Dolce Coffee Roasters, for anyone interested, dolcecoffeeroasters.com. Definitely check that out. It's freaking cool. Brian, thanks, Mike. You are the best. Count me in on the coffee. My man, Brian, I'm pumped up. You are going to love it. You're lean already, man. We drop a little bit of this Dolce coffee into your system. Ooh, and we have, so the one that we're selling right now, we call it is the organic blend. This is our Peruvian house blend. It is insane. We will be offering more specialty beans down the road. We wanted to launch right now, get this out so it's in your home for the holidays. A lot of people are buying it as gifts for friends and family member. Again, dolcecoffeeroasters.com. Save 10% when you order 3 or more, plus free shipping. Appreciate you. Big Papi Dolce, I can speak for all of us that your content is the best on YouTube when it comes to fitness and nutrition, and it's for free. Crazy. Oh, right on, Big Papi. Thank you, Big Papa. I appreciate that. What's your take on zero carb energy drinks, brother? I think they're garbage. Most zero carb energy drinks are filled with synthetic toxic chemicals to make them taste sweet. Excuse me. I would much rather drink a little sugar, real sugar. I'm a fan of raw local honey, by the way, for whatever that's worth, instead of synthetic toxic chemicals. Dexter Jackson, the winningest bodybuilder in the IFBB and professional bodybuilding history. Dexter the Blade Jackson was on Patrick Bet-David's Valuetainment podcast a year or so ago now, and he spoke about being a bodybuilder. We hear sugar-free, 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 and he was consuming all the sugar-free, zero-carb drinks out there, and he realized it destroyed his gut, his microbiome, which shows you, when I heard that, it shows you how smart Dexter is to understand it, to identify it, and to see it. He went to the Mayo Clinic. He went to a series of doctors, high-level doctors, to try and figure out what was wrong with him, what was happening to his declining health. And they determined it was a result of the synthetic toxic chemicals used in the artificial sweeteners he was consuming, which is all these zero carb drinks. So I would stay away from it completely. JJ, Mike, what type of equipment would I need for 3 weeks to shredded? You just need you, my friend. You can do the 3 weeks to shredded online program at thedolcediet.com. Go check that out. You can use your body weight. We have an exercise database of over 200 exercises. So let's say one of the exercises that we program for you requires a barbell. You can just look into the lower body or whatever the section is, whatever the movement is, and you can look in the exercise resource section and you can say, well, there's a body weight one, or there's a dumbbell, there's a kettlebell, there's a sandbag one. I can just do that one instead. Plus, every member of the dolcediet.com's online membership program gets an invite into our exclusive Facebook community. Inside our exclusive Facebook community, I'm on there. We have amazing members from around the world in there that all work with each other, coach each other, support each other, cheer for each other, challenge each other, keep each other accountable. And then we all share like, hey man, like this is the way I do it. This is the way I do it. Whether it's your workouts, it's your recipes, it's dealing with toxic people in your life. It's an amazing support community for members of the dolcediet.com online diet and exercise program. I strongly suggest you check that out. I'm always in there. I'm always happy to help. All right, guys and gals, 30 minutes here. I'm going to hop off the channel right now. Remember, DolceCoffeeRoasters.com. Go check that out. See what we are brewing over there. See what I did. See what we're doing over at DolceCoffeeRoasters.com. Makes a great gift for friends and family. It makes a great product to have in your home. The highest quality, 100% certified craft roasted specialty coffee beans. Ooh, my goodness. And again, thedolcediet.com for the 4-week and 12-week personalized diet and exercise program. You guys know about that. And also our Patreon channel. If you are not a member of our Patreon channel, you definitely want to consider it. We go much deeper on many topics, much greater insight and background and behind the scenes. The Patreon team, community, learns about everything first. Everything goes to Patreon first and then makes its way to YouTube because I love you guys also. But the Patreon channel, the community and Patreon, they get everything first. They get massive discounts. They got massive discounts on the coffee, as they should. So everything we do, we want to drive value, over deliver on value. And I think we're doing a pretty good job. We're certainly doing our best on that. So guys and gals, thank you once again for being here, for being a part of the channel. Bang, bang. Give this video a thumbs up if you have not. Leave a comment after this video posts for the algorithm. I greatly do appreciate that. I'll be back on here tomorrow to chit chat more with you guys. And until next time, boom.